Welcome. Hashtag The Versa Show is part of an entertainment podcast that exercises our freedom of speech. Our conversations, opinions, debate on a certain topic is not to offend anyone in any source. For that being said, enjoy the show.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome to another special edition here on Hashtag The Versa Show. And of course, I am your host, the GOAT, the one that you have vote, The Versa. And I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this episode. So just make sure that you like, subscribe, and press that bell at the same time. And of course, I got my brother up in this bitch, up in this best show, up in the podcast system, Frazz. What's going on, my brother? Talk to the people for a second. Talk to them.
What's up with everybody?
I know, man. There's so much things to talk about, man. I mean, from the AI, computer system and shit like that. There's probably other things we're gonna pick up, and then plus two, I'm not gonna really hold you up on a lot of things because I know you gotta go, you got things to do. So we're gonna just try to make this episode real quick, real short for you guys, just for you guys to see, like, yo, Hashtag The Versa Show is the best fucking podcast around, and I've been trying to tell you that. But anyway, none of all that chitty chat. So, Frazz, talk to me, my brother. So this whole AI computer system thing I want to get into real fast is that I'm not really a big fan of it because it's like this is a computer technology that is overtowering people's talent. You know what I'm saying? This is like, there's real human beings out there that has talent. Like they made a song with Drake in The Weeknd, which sounded like crazy. And with this AI, it's getting more credit than Drake in The Weeknd itself. So I want to ask you real fast, what do you feel about the AI computer, system thing? Like pretty much is like not giving these people the actual talent.
I mean, it's all good. I mean, not good, but it's all like they're doing what they're doing with the AI computer system. But unless that shit win a Grammy, BT award, MTV award, or something, I'm not paying them no attention because. What is it going to be? Just like another rapper that's trying to come up.
Now, I want you to, answer this question when you think about it. If, you're an artist yourself, as an artist, if someone has your voice, your flow, and they use that as an AI, and that song is a smash hit.
I'm fucking pissed. I don't care.
Right. And then, well, of course, you're going to ask for your copyrights over it.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus. I mean, it's just look. When it comes to this whole AI, people dig it. I mean, like I don't really understand it, because I understand it in the sense of like it's more faster paced. But what I don't understand is like, why would you take away these people's talent? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the same thing right now. AI is taking over everything. There's a specific McDonald's. I can't remember which state it said, but this McDonald's has been doing a lot. They even use robots now.
Nobody. The robots.
There's no people in there, just robots.
And they got those in Manhattan, those like robot dogs.
So you can sit little by little. Everything we were watching in the 90s, right? Like whether it was Star Wars, whether it was Terminator, all that stuff is coming true. Little by little.
Back to the Future.
All that stuff is coming true little by little.
And you know what? And what's crazy, we was watching Apple, they just announced a major product that's going to change everybody's like atmosphere when it comes to hologram. Like they got something called like Apple Vision, and there's like these goggles. And at first I was like, what is these those snowboard goggles they got going? But yo, that shit, oh my God. And it's $3,500. And this right here is going to change the whole technology system.
Imagine I'm not watching YouTube like this. YouTube is like right here.
Yo.
It's got to like That's basically what you're gonna be doing. Like, I'm thinking about it right now. That did we really watch that today? Like, yeah, we did.
And they say too, it's like a computer, like all in your face, and it's like a big TV screen all in your face. And what's even more dope is that like you put the vision on, the goggles on, and you could go like this, and like branch out and look from like one screen, and then look to like another screen, and it's like, what the fuck, you know? And what's even more crazy, like I told you before, this technology, what they don't know, and I'll say it, it's fucking us up. Like, it's really fucking our body system up, because in vision level, now I know they got to get past like certain, like, I don't know, FDAs or something like that, but it's like that right there, that could fuck up your vision.
Yeah. Just keep looking at just looking at that. You don't know what's going on.
Even like you buy like an iPhone, if you buy like, like the Galaxy Notes or something, like they don't come with the headphones with the strings. Now you got to get the wireless headphones, you know what I'm saying? But man, shout out to Apple, because they making money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, $3,500 for them visions. I mean, my God,
it's funny, right? It's funny. Samsung, PlayStation, all that shit. They waiting for the games, the VR. Apple was like, we're going for something much, much better.
And speaking of PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, I mean, listen, whoever has an Xbox,
burn it.
Yeah, they're like Jerry curls now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who still got them? But Xbox, they failed. PlayStation 5 is on a new level.
They can't compete.
Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man that's going to come out, Tekken 8 that's going to come out, Mortal Kombat 1.
Once again, it come back all out to, computers. Like, everything is changing, like, little by little. Like, 20 years ago, we never thought we'd see robot dogs, AI people. We thought that was a movie.
Yeah.
And then we seen that stuff.
And remember in Jimmy Fallon's show that they had that robotic girl too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We never thought we'd see those stuff. We thought those were movies. We thought that was make believe. Those were fictional to us.
Yeah.
It's no longer that.
Yeah, no. I mean, this, and even the hoverboards. I remember Lexus, they was supposed to make the hoverboards.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to all that.
Yeah, not those bullshit one with the 2 wheels with Mike Tyson. No. I broke my back.
Not that one.
Yeah, not that. But the real hoverboards was the one that Lexus is supposed to come out. That's supposed to be like $20,000 or like $15,000 for that shit.
Let me know when they build a flying car, bro.
You know what? I even thought about that too. I was like, Teslas are like, to me, like the next generation of like technology. You know what I'm saying? Like all the things that Tesla is doing, like Elon Musk, I should say. I mean, he is taking this whole new world actually in this, the 21st century to the 22nd century. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, imagine if Tesla start making flying cars, but that means that we have to get pilot license. Am I right? Do we have to get pilot license if we have to have flying cars?
No, okay. Remember, the cars that he has right now can drive themselves. So what if he has something in the airway? Just like how planes, they have a road in the airway.
Yeah.
What if there's a road in the airway for flying cars and they fly themselves?
I don't know, because I even thought about that too. But then I was like, even with the self-driven, like Volvo, remember Volvo was doing a little self-driven and then like crashed into another car.
Well, I mean, Elon Musk's cars have been self-driving. People have tested them.
But I'm hearing news that it's going up, it's going down, it's going up. I want a Tesla.
I don't want no Tesla. I'm cool.
I remember this little girl told her father.
I respect Elon Musk though.
I remember this little girl told her father, he had a white Tesla, the truck, and then she was like, Dad, are you gonna put it on autopilot? He was like, when we get to the highway, I put it on autopilot. I'm like, autopilot? And I already knew right away, it's like, it's gonna be self-driven. This dude gonna be like just yeah, turn the music up. Yeah, whoa, this car. Oh, yes, yeah, autopilot. Like we are in that day and age and era.
Yep.
Oh man, I wish we would have had cars that take us back to the future. They gotta make vehicles like that, 80
years.
80 years. But someone help me with
in 20 years, technology is gonna change again. Because think about it, technology changed for us. We experienced technology when it was just iPhone, Samsung, when they first started. That's when we really experienced technology. 3G. Like kids nowadays, who are 14, 12 years old, they're experiencing technology, 5G, robotic things. Vision. Now we have visions, like all that stuff. Imagine 12-year-old kids, 6, 7 years from now, who become 12-year-old kids. They're going to school. Okay, guys, open up your visions to chapter whatever.
Oh my God, that'd be so freaky.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you see kids in there with the little vision goggles.
That's what I said. 6 years from now, 8 years from now, everybody's going to be wearing them. Schools, Apple's going to donate to privileged schools. How much you want to bet me Apple's actually going to try or run a test with a school?
Oh, they're going to.
And give it to them and say, hey, try this. Try reading your book over here, downloading the book on Visions.
Oh, yeah.
And then once that breaks through, that's it. Every school going to do it.
And I tell you what's so crazy. I just had like a flashback. I don't know why, but I was watching this shit on Facebook and it was a PlayStation game. And I was like, man, I remember I was in the car going to North Carolina and my mom, she brought like the PlayStation with the TV. You flip the like the console up like that and it's the TV and it's the PlayStation. And I was like, man, I remember like driving down to North Carolina and just playing that PlayStation game. Going to today, now kids got like the iPads, these big ass iPads, and now you got like the Nintendo Switch. You got all these new technology now, like when it comes to traveling. Something that I never even had when I was a kid.
And you gotta think about it, cars too. Same thing with cars. I mean, you know more about it than me. Like, like it went from just, stick shift and automatic. Now you have different gears, you have different engines. Everything's changed. Like that's why I said every 20 years, things is gonna change. So 20 years from now, technology is gonna change all over again.
Absolutely.
We probably gonna have no longer iPhones. It's gonna be iVisions. Remember, Apple just made it, so it might be iVisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer be iPhone. Imagine everybody start copying. Oh, we're gonna copy the visions, and then boom, iPhone is no longer being sold. Apple has just launched iVisions. You can now make calls on your visions.
You know what? I tell you what's so funny. I remember when the iPhone came out and the iPhone was taking pictures, listening to music and the whole nine. And they still continue with the iTouch. And I'm like, why are you guys still creating the iTouch when you just have the iPhone?
Mm-hmm. I was saying that too.
Few years later,
dropped it.
Mm-hmm, no more iTouch. Now all of a sudden it was just iPhones. I mean, Jesus, and
the iPad. No. What? The iMusic. What? That little. It was like the
the iMini.
Yeah, iMini or whatever. Like you can play
iPad
music.
Shuffle. The iPad Shuffle.
Oh my God, that's crazy, right? That was 15.
And was it Cristiano Ronaldo was like the first athlete to like sponsor that?
Yeah, that's what 12, 15 years ago.
My first Apple product, it was the iPod, the video, the iPod video with the black in the back, and then you have to swivel like this and press the button in the middle. So I want to ask you this real fast: if Steve Jobs was alive today, rest in peace to Steve Jobs, would he be proud of this new iVision that's coming out?
I don't know, because if he wanted to, don't you think he'd have done it before?
Maybe because he didn't have the technology,
but think about it, right? His vision was always something that's associated with the the iPod, the iPad, whatever. That was his vision, right? After he died, it's no longer going to be this little thing. Or, excuse me, like the phone, right? Like I said, it's now going to be this. This is going to be the center of attention. Before it was iPhone, the iWatch, the Apple Watch. Those were the center of attention. It's no longer going to be that.
Yeah.
So would he be happy to know that what he created is no longer the center of attention? Nah, this is no longer your project. Your project is now going to die off because this is not a focus.
Yeah.
That's like if Samsung created something and now Samsung phones just die off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't say that then. I don't want to say it on the show because, then. But, and what's funny was like I was thinking of Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. And I'm like, he's going to make the Amazon stores. But what we heard from the rumors that you go into the store, you pick up your product, You make sure you have your money on your card, or I guess your Amazon card, and you walk out. So there's no cashiers, and they're gonna have robots stacking the products up. So there's nobody to stack up the products. Everything is all machinery. So I'm thinking like in the next generation to come, there's gonna be more machineries than there's gonna be, you know, like more people getting jobs and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen.
And even with the vehicles, it's like now I remember Hyundai, if I'm saying it right, they coming out with a car that's looking like the Teslas, and Hondas is starting to make electric cars. In like 2032, they're gonna start making electric cars. So it's like everything is really starting to change from like the people that from the 70s that's living up to today. Like I was telling this guy, shout out to John. And, you know, he's the 80s guys, 90s guys. And I told him, I was like, yo, let me ask you, right now, you on your phone, and he talks to his phone like, hey, can you show me, you know, the so-and-so and so on? How is it that now that you talking on phones, you know, or having touchscreen phones, and back in your heyday, it was pay phones, you know, it was pagers, you know, you had like those big black phone from Radio Shack, like, and yeah, he was like, yo, it's just crazy how technology is. He's like, I never thought there would be self-driven cars. I always tell people, there'd be a car that would drive itself when, you know, I'll be dead. I'm alive and I'm seeing self-driven cars, you know.
Robots, like I said, robots are around.
Yeah, iRobots, man. I told you that movie was a documentary. See, Will Smith be making some documentaries that some people be like, oh, they're just Will Smith movies. Nah, man, iRobot is a documentary from the future. We just don't know about it.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, man. Jesus. Like even with AI, it's like, you know, it's just crazy, you know. But even like with studios, you know, like if us in the 90s were making music, it's very rare to find somebody to have a home studio. If so, it doesn't have a good quality. You know what I'm saying? And like now, all you need is just a computer, a interface, a microphone stand, the software, and you're good to go.
Yep.
And if you can have, you know, your little panel like this here and stuff like that, you're good to go. Man, a lot of things changes. But anyway, all right. So we go ahead and end the show because Frazz got to go and he got things to do. So give me 1 second, Frazz. All right. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Versus final word. Real easy, real simple, okay? Real quickly, listen, if you guys are in this technology thing, I mean, if you're up for it, fine. Have your fun. I mean, to me, sometimes it's a sort of a distraction, you know, because we keep our heads down instead of keeping our heads up. And when it comes to social media, a lot of people is in competition. That's why a lot of things is breaking apart. A lot of things is not coming together. Sometimes I always believe that we should take a break from social media just to see how we are socially with human beings instead of socializing with computer system or phones or your watch, whatever it is. Yeah, I know Versa has it, but you know what? Versa has to keep himself occupied when it comes to technology itself. But if you think about it, if you was in the 80s and 90s, would you survive without the phone? Because tell you the truth, without technology, I think everybody now in this day and era, besides the old folks, will go crazy. So my point is to you, take a little break from social media, socialize with yourself and your family and your friends so we could keep this thing going instead of let technology ruling the world. All right. And for that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was hashtag the Versa Show. And once again, if you want to be part of the show, you can. All you have to do is just like, subscribe, and press that bell at the same time. Yo, Frazz FR, I'm thanking my brother, man.
You know, I'm about to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and end this show, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. I am the Versa, Frazz FR, for real. And we see you on another episode on hashtag the Versa Show. And I gotta keep it with a note for lastly, peace into the Middle East.
Hashtag The Versa Show is produced by Vintage Era Production.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am The Versa, and I thank you so much for watching the latest episodes. For more new episodes, you can subscribe, press that bell, and like as well for your support. And trust me, we got new music for you guys and videos, and as well, more of Hashtag The Versa Show. I thank you for your support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and press that bell too. Hashtag The Versa Show, baby. It's the best podcast around.